Turn into the main man suite. Hello, YouTube. So, top tier is the currently confirmed as of today 3/30/23. So who's in there? Who's in there? This is kind of alphabetically organized. Kazuya's in there. Jun is in there. King is in there. Jin is in there. It's 10 characters that are revealed right now. Xiaoyu is in there. Jack is in there. Law and Paul. Where are they? Law and Paul. It even has like Tekken mobile characters. Those are characters to consider too, honestly. Law, Paul, Lars. If it's 10, that's all of them right now, currently confirmed. There's Lars. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing Nina. Oh, there's Nina. Okay, I was like, no way. This is the currently confirmed launch roster. Let's start with part 1 of my prediction. I think we're going to have a 24-character launch roster. I think. Every character is getting built from scratch in Unreal Engine 5. Characters are more detailed than ever. They're wanting to push uniqueness and character identity more. They don't want to do more than ever before, but they want to push it more. And I think 24 is a nice amount. A common complaint about Tekken 7 is that it's just too many characters to learn to fight against. And it all depends, like, do they care? Do they listen to that feedback? That's hard to say. Right now, I will imagine yes. I will imagine we'll have some part in their character roster choices. Is that complaint of having too many characters in it. And of course, if you start with a lower amount of characters, that's a bit cynical, but we are playing video games in 2023, and by the time this comes out, 2024, it just gives them more characters to sell for DLC. What's up, Hugh? Masker. So, this is the confirmed launch roster, okay? Duh is who I just think, like, for story reasons and just kind of like story and popularity reasons, I think they're just going to be in. As much as it pains me to say, I think Elisa is going to be in. Lars is a large part of the story. Elisa, Lars, and Lee end up in cahoots in Tekken 8. I gotta remember to scroll up so you guys can see this. Like, ended up connecting at the end of Tekken 7. Elisa is unique, you know. Say whatever you want. I really don't like her, but sky's the limit with her gameplay-wise. Lee is Lee. People like him. He's on high execution, so you check off that box. He's cool. He's story relevant. Lee's in there, right? So we're at 12 characters right now. Let's see if there's any other characters. Asuka's I'm considering to put in the tier just because it seems to be all about the family. Mishima and Kazuma family. The thing working against her, and I think it's like, I'm just gonna talk about it out loud. I think it's a flimsy reason to exclude her. People are like, Jun is in the game. Jun has some Asuka moves. Asuka has some Jun moves. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? King got some Armor King moves in Tekken 7, and guess what? They added Armor King. You know? And also, they can literally add any moves to Jun and Asuka. And looking at the footage of Jun right now, I don't think there's like a one-to-one overlap. But is that enough for me to put her into the duh tier? She's popular. She's popular. People really like her. You don't see her a lot in tournaments, but you know, casual fans, they just like Asuka, I think. Let's put her in the duh tier. Okay? Nothing is set in stone as of right now, chat. I can still swap things around. Claudio 2. Claudio 2. Story relevance. He wants to, like, exercise the devil gene, right? And also, I think he is one of the more successful Tekken 7 newcomers. Pre-DLC. So not Lydia, not Leroy, not Fakuran, but even including them. He's a unique gameplay gimmick. He looks super anime. He's relatively unique. He can be another one of those characters that are just like pretty basic to play for newcomers. And story relevance. You know, I can see Claudio very easily fitting in here. And we're gonna get some Tekken 7 newcomers in the roster. Also, I am guessing that 2 characters will only get 2 brand new, never before seen Tekken characters in the roster. So let's just add those. I'll add those in the wild card category, okay? Who do we represent as those characters? Just because I'm mean, I want to find Gun Ryu here because he's not going to be in the game. Gun Ryu represents one of the newcomers. In post, I'll put a picture of Gun Ryu. Okay? You know what? I want to add another tier. Add row below. And then we'll make that... Oh shit, what color was that? There we go. Just a newcomer tier. That's my guess. 24 character launch roster. 2 of them will be new. Newcomer. Armor King DLC. I think Armor King's coming back. This is just base roster, by the way. This is base roster, my friends. Armor King's coming back as DLC again. So, and then you know what? Let's pick Gon as another representative, whoever the newcomer is going to be. So right now, what's our roster? 10 plus 4, 14 plus 2, 16. We only have 8 characters left. In my like arbitrary guess that it's going to be 24. But that's actually the number I feel most confident about. About anything of my prediction here, I think 24 is the launch roster. If you want to hear my reasons why, you can rewind or watch this on YouTube. I think that's it for the duh tier. I think that's it for the duh tier. Likely, this is tough. Likely, Leroy. I have never seen a brand new fighting game character, so like not returning, a brand new fighting game character garner as much enthusiasm as Leroy, just based on his aesthetics and vibe. Of course, that all came to a screeching halt when he came out, but people want to like him, and a lot of people love him. How he's just designed gameplay wise is just super ignorant, but Tekken 8 is a perfect opportunity to retool him. And also some of the ignorant stuff that Leroy does is Tekken 8 sort of stuff. Leroy's in. Very, very likely. So it puts us at 17, right? 7 more. Oh, that's hard. Got a couple extra women in here with Elisa and Asuka. And think about Lucky Chloe and Lydia. Somehow in my heart, I feel like Lucky Chloe is gonna come back. And some of you guys might be like, no, no way. She's not Tekken, no way. Oh, she doesn't even fight a real fighting style. Oh, she's just a cute idol girl. Oh, what did she do to Eddie? Blah, blah. Lucky Chloe is one of the most talked about characters in Tekken 7. Whether positively or not. She's distinct to look at in the cast. And I think more than Katarina, more than Shaheen, maybe even more than Claudio, years from now, when you look at Tekken 7, I think Lucky Chloe will stand out. Like, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember that character? And they'll have so many stories to tell about Lucky Chloe. Because she's distinct. Is it enough, though? This is tough. Let's figure out. Do we see a Raven returning, chat? Master Raven or Blade Raven? Let's just put Brian in likely, right? I don't think that's gonna like surprise anyone. Oh, Yoshimitsu. That's duh tier. Right, Yoshimitsu's duh tier. So we have 10, 15, 17, 19 right now. Yoshimitsu's duh tier. I think he's been in literally every number Tekken game, and it's always something that Tekken players look forward to. It's just, you know, it's just like, what does Yoshi look like nowadays? He's in. He's in. He's unique. He's iconic. He's Tekken. And we're going to talk about Feng, of course. We're going to talk about Feng. Let's talk about Feng right now. I feel a bit... This is just how my brain works. I kind of paired them up together. Feng and Dragunov. They both were characters added in Tekken 5. Feng in Tekken 5 Vanilla, Dragunov in Dark Resurrection. A lot of people think Dragunov's really cool looking. A lot of people. You just don't see him that much anymore, just he kind of fell behind and he isn't as gormless as some of the better competitive characters, but he's still solid. But I pair them together because they come from the same game, and Tekken 7 has like big history competitively with Feng versus Dragunov. You got the 2017 Rev Major. It's one of the most watched grand finals in Tekken 7 history. If you go to YouTube, you can see how many people watched it, and it's Knee with Feng versus JDCR with Dragunov. It's one of the most hyped matches. They make a lot of mistakes, which is pretty funny, which adds to the hype, but like the audience is going crazy. And then throughout the years, we've seen this matchup from time to time, and also most recently, just I think as recent as Amsterdam, we saw JDCR versus Knee, Dragunov. Like, pretty recent history. Maybe it wasn't TWT finals, maybe it was something else. I feel stronger about Dragunov being in likely tier than Feng. Maybe Feng goes to Crystal Ball. Like, I'm really trying to separate my Feng main here. I'm really trying to be as accurate as possible. There's a lot of, like, angry discourse about Feng nowadays because, you know, a lot of people find him too strong. He's frustrating to fight against. Whether he's strong or not, he's frustrating to fight against. But he's unique. He's still like represents like a more realistic sort of martial art. Kinda, it's Tekken, but you know what I mean. And also with the heat system, Feng has always actually been like canonically. Also canonically, Feng's actually one of the strongest characters. Not that that really matters that much, but actually, like outside of like devil powers, Feng's actually one of the most powerful characters. He can punch mountains in half. He can destroy meteors. Law and Paul are scared of him. He's always collecting the dragon scroll so he can like become super powerful. And I feel like really unleashing him with the heat system. No, I feel good about keeping him in there. And then, hey, Yami, isn't Feng's Harada's main? I don't think he's going to get rid of it. Yeah, he's Harada's main. I don't know how much weight that has in total. You know, I doubt Harada's, like, sitting with the developers, and if anyone's like, maybe we shouldn't have Feng, and he just slaps them multiple times. I don't think Harada's doing that. Know how close a hand he has on the development, but it is a factor. It is a factor contributing to Feng. Also likely, I think, is a capoeira character, whether it's Eddie or Christy. You guys are gonna hate me. I think the first capoeira character to be added is, or maybe only, is going to be Christy. I think they're going to do that. Xiaoyu is Chinese representation too. Xiaoyu. And Lei Wulong. I don't think Lei's going to be launch roster, by the way. Two obvious ones. Why you love why you love Christy. I just think like having a capoeira fighting like Eddie was so popular in Tekken 3 and he's always been popular. He's cool to look at. I think Eddie is cooler than her. I actually think like besides, you know, like her booba and stuff, like I actually think how he animates a neutral is a bit more like extreme and expressive than her. But I think they'll bench Eddie for her. It's just kind of a gut feeling. But, you know, like, it's one of those feelings like I have to pick one or the other. I don't think they're both going to be in the game. Launch roster, 100%, they're not going to be the launch roster together. But I think we'll have a capoeira character. So, we have 10, 15, 19, 20, 22. We only have 2 characters right now. Yeah, exactly. For women have always been like in fighting games, you always have less women than guys. I can't think of another fighting game except for Skullgirls that has more women than guys. So right now we have Jun, Xiaoyu, Nina, 3, Elisa, 4, well, robot, but you know what I mean. 5, 6, Christy. Dead or alive, true. Dead or alive. You're very right. You're very right. You're very right. Over the years, it's become more lady cast focused. I remember Dead or Alive 2 where that wasn't the case yet, but you know, they like catering. They decided to cater to horny teenagers and horny huge orgasms in chat over the years. But yeah, you're right. That's a really good one. But then, you know, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear, Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, all have more dudes than ladies, but I don't know how much they think about that for character edition, you know? I just don't know how much they think about that. So, what, we were 22, right? We were 22. Steve. You need a boxer. You need a boxer, unless he's going to get replaced by a newcomer who is a boxer. But Steve has to be in there, right? I think that gives us only one more slot. My heart wants to add Bruce. Who do I really want for the final slot? Who do you guys really want? Okay, you can be selfish. It does, you know, like, you don't have to think about balance. You don't have to think about, like, likelihood. Like, which of these remaining characters do you think are just... It's just your favorite character? I think Devil Jin will be DLC. I guess you're right. Also, they just unwrapped the plot point where he discovers Nina as his mother. It would be weird if they didn't do anything with that. I guess I'm just a bit more cynical than you when it comes to them tackling the story. I can totally see them just, like, not caring about that. I can totally just, you know, just like, wait, what? She's his mother? We don't remember that. But yeah, that is a true fact of Tekken 7 where that was revealed. You know, that is a true fact. But I think Steve just, like, boxer, you know, boxer. He's competitively always been popular. Most people find him cool. He's kind of like, ever since he's been added to Tekken, he's been in every Tekken game since. So he was added in Tekken 4. He's in. The only reason he wouldn't be in is if they replace him with another boxer. Which I highly doubt. Okay, let me look at the list. Akuma. He canonically still exists in Tekken 7. Well, at the end, like, him and Kazuya fight and, like, fades to black or something like that. So maybe Kazuya just murdered his ass or banished his ass. So, but I don't think he's going to be in the launch roster. If we're going to have a guest character, I don't think they're going to do Akuma. I think just, like, an entirely different franchise. I think they'll skip Street Fighter as a guest character partner. My heart says Bruce, but, like, factually, Bruce has been replaced for over a decade now. What's up, Dr. Clown? In Tekken 7, Josie replaces him, and then Fakumram replaces him on top of that. Like, just like historically, they don't like Bruce that much. I think a pretty constant refrain from fans is that they do want Bruce back. But I don't think it... I want him back, okay? Let me be clear. I want him back. I think he's way, way cooler than Fakumram. I think he's way, way cooler than Josie. He just has a cool attitude, cool sound effects. Just a cool dude. But I don't... he's not going to be in. Devil Jin is probably DLC in some way. Maybe, like, a real souped up... You know, they might just call him Devil, you know, like, really, really pulled away from just Jin. Like, just full evil. Eddie's being replaced by Christy is my call. Eliza, no. Fakumram and Lydia is kind of like the characters I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about new Tekken 7 characters. Lydia, man. I don't know how many of you guys have played Lydia, but like, she is kind of a prototype for Heat, actually. Claudio's in. Claudio's in. Sorry, I'm not scrolled up enough. I'm just looking here at the characters. Because Lydia's forward 2 puts her into her offensive stance for massive plus frames. And she gets a canned mix-up. Same with Lydia's down forward 2. You cannot cancel. Like, you hit someone with forward 2, you have to go into her stance. You hit someone with down forward 2, you have to go into that stance. Same as Heat right now. With Heat, you don't get the choice. With Heat engagers, you don't get the choice if you want to go into Heat or not. There's a lot of Tekken 8 prototyping, actually, with the last 3 added characters and new tactics. People like her, right? Like, people think she's cool and would add another lady to the board. Maybe Lucky Chloe DLC. I think she's coming back in some way. And again, I think you guys, if you absolutely hate her, you like kind of think a bit more objectively about her impact, just kind of like culturally with Tekken 7, and just like how she stands out from the other Tekken 7 newcomers like Katarina, Shaheen. Kazumi's not coming back, by the way. I'm just here at the bottom. I'm making my low for the last choice. For Raven, I would prefer Dude Raven. So that, maybe that's just me like being that's me definitely being biased. So Miguel, I think, has high odds too. Julia is a pretty common Tekken site. Heihachi maybe as DLC, just kind of like non-canon weird DLC. At some point, I agree. Julia's definitely going to be there at some point. Let me actually count how many characters we have right now before I'm just like agonizing over the last pick. So we have 10 in the first row. Duh. That is 15, 20, 23, and I'm still guessing 24. Once again, why is Gil hung up on 24? You can rewind the VOD or watch it on YouTube later when I put it on YouTube. Like and subscribe. I think this is my short list for like the next character. Fakumram, Lydia, Lucky Chloe. Actually, now that I said out loud, Lucky Chloe DLC, I kind of feel a bit more. I feel that would be kind of like something they would do, I think. Also think about like representation of like each Tekken, like a Tekken 1 representative, a Tekken 2 representative, a Tekken 4 representative. I think we have every mainline Tekken here already represented, right? Okay, I'm not gonna prolong this much longer. It's just really hard. Like, I want to make this prediction, and I want you guys to keep track of this prediction with me until Tekken 8 comes out. That's why I kind of want to like I want to have a snapshot of this prediction right now, and I want to be as like accurate as possible. There's Tekken mobile characters. There's Rodeo Montana. There's Lady Huarong. Oh, Huarong. Just forgot about him. Maybe that's just it, right? Maybe that's just it. Like, I said his name out loud, and I think that's just it. And hopefully they make him and Jin kiss. Finally. Put away all of that, like, tension and make it very clear to Xiaoyu that Jin isn't interested. And maybe she'll finally move on with her life when she sees them in bed together. Maybe then she'll finally get the hint. Yeah, I think Hwarang. I can remove the wildcard tier. I just... Now Lars is his best friend? I know you're kind of joking. I think Hwarang also... You just have like a kicking guy, you know? Like, that's his thing. Taekwondo is popular. I feel weird just having Feng being in his own tier. Crystal Ball. So maybe we'll just simplify. And just remove Crystal Ball tier 2. It's also not very clear what Crystal Ball tier is, so let's just remove that. Okay. Let me look at this list. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. 5. That's it. Sending it to the printer. Sending it to the printer, chat. My 24 character prediction for the day 1 launch roster is, of course, the currently confirmed characters in the top row, 10 of them. Alisa, Lee, story reasons. Asuka, popularity and some story reasons. Claudio, story reasons. And he's probably one of the more unique and cool Tekken 7 newcomers. Yoshimitsu, he's been in every Tekken game. It's always something people look forward to. Just like, what does Yoshi look like? Leroy, the excitement for Leroy for a brand new character. I've never seen anything like it before. Most people think he's just insanely cool. People like Wing Chun. Brian is Brian. Dragunov. Coolness factor. He's been in every mainline game. I think gameplay-wise, he's just like, kind of like a really cool character to like work on, I think, as a developer. You know, he has a grabbing game. He's long, so you can kind of like do some long limb bullshit with him, and he's just like kind of straightforward as well. Christy, we're gonna have a capoeira character, and I think Eddie's gonna sit this one out. Christy's just gonna be in there. Steve, he's a boxer. He's Steve, competitively popular with just like newbies as well. Hwarang, classic, and he has some like ties to the main dude who's Jin. Feng, Harada's favorite, represents a more realistic-ish fighting style, and I think they can really unleash him with the heat system, like Tai Feng's. Tie his like lore power more to his gameplay power with the Dragon Scrolls, and then newcomers, sky's the limit. I'm not even gonna conjecture what's gonna be a newcomer. So there we go. Nicely done, everyone. Nicely done. Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back. This is it. This is it. Okay, see me in a year and a half, all right? Or maybe a year. Nicely done.